going on, guys? JSGC here, and we are here for another Manchester City transfer video. If you are enjoying the content, please do subscribe to my channel. Less than 300 subs away from 32,000 subscribers, so any help towards that would be much appreciated. Also, don't forget as well, social media links, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, they're all in the description if you want to go and follow me on there. Email also in the description too if you want to hit me up for any sponsorships for any videos or any general business inquiries. Also, don't forget to leave a thumbs up. 200 likes is the aim. Hit it on the last one. Can we hit it on this one as well? That'd be fantastic. And also don't forget as well to let me know your thoughts in the comments below, including what do you think Man City's best bit of business was in this summer transfer window? Let me know in the comments below. So today we're going to be doing a transfer roundup, going through all the deals that Manchester City were involved with this summer. And then tomorrow, so it's going to be a two-part series, we'll do a full transfer review where I'll score it out of 10. And the only way I can review Manchester City's transfers is going through them all and having a look at what was done in the first place, which is what we're going to be doing today. So we're going to start off with the outs. We're going to run this chronologically in order from the first transfer that happened for Manchester City right through to the last. So we're going to start with the outs, and it was Terrell Agyemang that got it going for Manchester City in the outs this summer. 7th of June it was. He joined Middlesbrough on a permanent deal. Closely followed by Ilkay Gundogan just before the end of June. He joined Barcelona after Manchester City didn't renew his contract, and he signed on a new contract there until 2025, signing a 2-year deal. Then we went into July, and Liam Delap was the next player to leave Manchester City, headed out on loan to the Championship once more to Hull City after spending last season on loan with Preston North End, and he's got off to a good start with Hull City as well, I am pleased to say. And then it was a permanent transfer involving Morgan Rogers, where he left and went to Middlesbrough, signing on a 4-year contract until 2027 after spending last season on loan with Blackpool. Then it was Cieran Slicker joining Ipswich Town in the Championship, also on a permanent basis, joining them on a 3-year deal from Manchester City. Cieran Slicker, of course, a goalkeeper. And then we had our first monetised transfer, which was involving Southampton and Manchester City, where they signed Shea Charles from Manchester City for a deal worth just over £10 million, with him signing on a deal until 2027 with Man City, including a buyback clause and a sell-on fee on that transfer as well. And City continued their conveyor belt of permanent transfers, leaving the club with Yangel Herrera. He left to go to Girona. He spent last season on loan at Girona and signed for them again in a deal that didn't involve any money being swapped between the two teams, and he stays in the City Football Group, signing on a deal for 4 years with Girona. And then it was Callum Doyle leaving Manchester City on loan to go to Leicester City in the Championship after having a very good spell with Coventry City last season in the Championship, so getting a move back to the East Midlands and going to Leicester City, so interesting to see how he does. Then Yan Couto left Manchester City on loan to go back to Girona once more. We saw Benjamin Mendy have his trial, of course. In the conclusion of that trial, Manchester City released Benjamin Mendy because his contract had expired. There is still negotiations ongoing between if there is going to be a payout for Manchester City and Benjamin Mendy for when he was obviously arrested and then suspended by the club as to what happens there. But Manchester City released Benjamin Mendy, and he went and signed for Lorient over in France instead, signing up on a 2-year deal with them. And then we saw James Trafford leave Manchester City for a deal worth nearly £17 million. James Trafford signing for Burnley on a 4-year contract there. Obviously had a brilliant spell with Bolton last season on loan, James Trafford, and getting a move to Burnley, where at the moment he has been Burnley's number 1. We also saw Issa Kabore leave Manchester City on loan. He went to Luton Town in the Premier League and getting some Premier League experience there after spending last season on loan with Marseille. Joshua Wilson-Esbrand also left Manchester City on loan. He's gone to Rennes over in France on loan after spending last season on loan with Coventry City. We also saw Daya Mabude leave Manchester City. He's left on a permanent basis for a deal worth just over £1 million, signing for Westerlo over in Belgium, and he signed with them on a 4-year contract. We then saw Riyad Mahrez at the end of July leave Manchester City to sign for Al Ahly over in Saudi Arabia, signing for a deal worth just over £30 million, and Riyad Mahrez earning a lot of money in Saudi Arabia, signing on a 4-year contract with them. We also saw upcoming prospect Carlos Borges leave Manchester City in August to go to Ajax in a deal worth just over £10 million again, with a sell-on fee and a buyback clause included there for Carlos Borges. We also saw Filip Stevanovic leave Manchester City on loan to go to Waalwijk in the Netherlands on loan. Maximo Perrone left Man City on loan as well. He's gone to Las Palmas in Spain, spending a season with them in La Liga will be good for him. We then saw Aymeric Laporte leave Manchester City for a deal worth somewhere around £25 million. He signed for Al Nassr in Saudi Arabia, signing on a 3-year deal for them, and again him earning a lot of money like Riyad Mahrez. On the 27th of August, we saw Luke Mbete leave Manchester City on loan to go to Den Bosch after spending last season with Huddersfield in the first half of the season and Bolton Wanderers in the second half of the season. And then on transfer deadline day, we saw THB Taylor Harwood-Bellis leave Manchester City on loan to go to Southampton, where they do have the option, if they are promoted, for that deal to be made permanent. An obligation, sorry, not an option, worth £20 million. We then saw the biggest outgoing for Manchester City in this window completed on transfer deadline day, and that was Cole Palmer leaving Manchester City for a deal worth £45 million, £40 million upfront fee, £5 million in add-ons, and he signed for Chelsea from Manchester City with no buyback and no sell-on fee included in the deal. He signed on a whopping 7-year deal with Chelsea. We also saw Tommy Doyle leave Manchester City on loan to go to Wolverhampton Wanderers in a deal that was done separate to that of Matheus Nunes joining Manchester City. We saw James McAtee leave Manchester City on loan to go to Sheffield United once more after spending last season on loan with them. And then the last major transfer of the window in the out saw Joao Cancelo leave Manchester City on loan to Barcelona with no purchase option, but Barcelona will be covering his wage with no loan fee paid. And finally, the last transfer sorted 15 minutes before the deadline was Slobodan Tedic. He joined Charlton Athletic on loan for the season, and they are all the outgoings for Manchester City in this window. Now, moving on to the ins, Manchester City added 4 first-team players to their squad. The first on the 27th of June was Mateo Kovacic signing for Manchester City in a deal that can rise up to £30 million and signing on a 4-year deal and will be Man City's replacement for Ilkay Gundogan. We then spent the most amount of money in this window on one player was on Josko Gvardiol. He signed from RB Leipzig in a saga that lasted well over a month, and the first time that we've had a saga here on the JSGC channel actually flourish and actually happen. He signed from RB Leipzig in a deal worth just over £70 million and signs on a 5-year contract for Manchester City. We also added Jeremy Doku to our team a week before transfer deadline day, signing from Stade Rennais over in France, signing on a deal worth £53 million and also signing on a 5-year deal like Josko Gvardiol. And then finally, the final transfer involving Manchester City this summer was Matheus Nunes signing for Manchester City on transfer deadline day, roughly around 12 hours before the window shut. He signed for a deal worth £55 million. Matheus Nunes signing for Manchester City from Wolverhampton Wanderers, and again signing on a 5-year contract. So that's 2 central midfielders, a centre-back who can also play left-back, and a winger with pace signed by Manchester City in what has been a very active transfer window for the club. And what I'm going to do tomorrow is review the transfer window and the players that we were looking at and what we was looking to add to our team once last season had ended, how we've managed to do and where we go from there heading towards the winter market and also looking towards the summer of next year as well, and what Man City may want to do when it comes to their transfers. So that is our transfer roundup. As I said, it's part 1 of 2. We'll be back again tomorrow for the next Manchester City transfer video, which will be part 2 of this, which is reviewing Manchester City's performance in the transfer market, where I'll give more of my thoughts, including what I'm sure a lot of you are looking forward to. I will give my thoughts about Joao Cancelo joining Barcelona as well. I know right through the transfer window being open and doing my daily City transfer updates, I've been saying no comment, no comment, no comment, no comment. I will make my comments in tomorrow's video, as well as all the other transfers involving Manchester City as well. So I've been JSGC. Thank you everyone for watching. Please do leave a thumbs up. 200 likes is the aim. Also, don't forget as well to leave your thoughts in the comments below. What do you think was the best bit of business done by City in this window? Let me know in the comments below. Do subscribe. It is free. Any help towards 32,000 subscribers would be much appreciated. Now less than 300 subs away. Go and check out my social media links. They're in the description and sliding across at the bottom of the screen if you want to go and follow me on my Twitter and Instagram. TikTok link also in the description if you want to go and follow me on there. Email also in the description too if you want to hit me up for any sponsorships or any videos or any general business inquiries. And I'll see you all again tomorrow for my transfer review as we continue with daily City content, which will continue throughout this week, and then that will be that. So I've been JSGC. Thank you everyone for watching. I hope everyone is safe and well. Peace. Ciao for now.